Okay guys, welcome back. Today we will be doing a tutorial, training on how to use the tandem and just the normal explosive anti-tank in the Russian army. So first I wanna point some things out. In general, vehicles are weaker on the side and in the back. I'm gonna show you, there is an illustration here, shows you each vehicle weakness point. Um, Here, like you see the names, like the PMPs, and since we're doing the US Army one, we're gonna be looking, of course, at the US Army vehicles. So here we have the Abrams, and here we have the Bradley. As you see, look, here, in the red one is the ammo compartment, the green one is the engine. So the red one do not hit, like it's more difficult here, and here to hit, because basically it's usually like facing you, so you have to be pointing it to the rear of the vehicle. So if you wanna make the maximum damage, you have to come to the rear of the vehicle and shoot it in the back. So as you see here, it's red, the engine is in the front, and here this is the Abrams. It's weaker in the back. Of course, you can track the vehicles by hitting the tracks if it's tracked vehicle, and that will make them more vulnerable. So I moved that Bradley outside, so we can practice on it, and I will show you how to deal with it. So you know that the Russian army heavy anti-tank has two types of missiles. You have the tandem, which is the more destructive, like it causes more damage, but it has very short range. And you have the high explosive anti-tank. It does less damage, but it's way longer range. Let me show you. Like, I moved that Bradley over there, right? So we're gonna be practicing on it. Let's start with the tandem. Okay, first of all, you know that the tandem, if you notice, like the tandem is different than the other high explosive. It's bigger head. Let me show you the explosive. You see the difference? Okay, I will show you the higher explosive one. You see how it's smaller head and more pointy? So this is the high explosive. Let me show you how to do it. Let's start with the high explosive, then we'll do the tandem. Like here, I estimate the distance from here to the tank like around 100 meters. 100 meters, you can hit it with the small arrow. The big arrow is usually like 50 meters. So between, if you look at the top of the you know, the scope, there is a big big cross and small cross. The big cross is usually 50 meters, and you usually use it for the tandem more than you use it for the high explosive, because the tandem, as I mentioned, it's very short distance. The smaller cross or smaller plus sign or whatever you want to call it is 100 meters, and if you see below, there is an M, then 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's a grading system. You see down there like 1.5. The 1.5 right there, it measures 200 to 250 meters if you want to shoot the tandem. Of course, the tandem will not reach 200 meters. You have to be too close to the vehicle to shoot it. So let me show you how I'm going to shoot this first. So first, if you want to make sure that you're going to hit the vehicle, not above it, not below it, and you're not very sure of the distance, you can put both arrows on the vehicle. If you do that, you're going to hit the vehicle. Let me show you. See? So you hit the vehicle. If you're not sure, you have to hit the vehicle. You can put both. I'm sorry, I keep calling it arrow. I mean the cross signs or plus signs. The one more thing you have to pay attention: you should not be too close to the vehicle. If you are too close to the vehicle, the round is not gonna explode, and you're gonna just waste the round, and you're gonna need to go back to the base and rearm. So be mindful, you have to be at least 50 meters from the vehicle for the shot to explode and make damage to the vehicle itself. So let's change now to the tandem. As you see, I'm gonna be walking toward the vehicle because it's gonna be very hard. Let me show you. Let me go back a little bit to be 100 meters. Yeah, that sounds pretty much. So look, there is the big cross and the small cross. In this distance, if I do it like this, it's gonna fall short. So let me show you how short it's gonna be. So let's say it's 100 meters. I'm gonna use the small cross. I use it. It came on it. It's exactly 100 meters. So this, you have to be able to estimate the distance. I'm gonna rearm and we'll do it again. Okay, if you're not very sure or 100% sure of the distance and you want good estimation, you can ask for a fire team to be a fire team leader. Anyway, as a hat or a heavy anti-tank, it's better for you to be a fire team leader because you will need it. Like, so you can tell like the rest of the squads if you see any vehicles, because it's gonna be basically your main job. So it's better to have a fire team leader. So what you can do is you can press the T. I don't have it right now because it's a tutorial. You can press the T and put a sign on the vehicle that you want to hit, and ask your squad leader to put a mark on it. When the squad leader put a mark on the target, it's gonna show you down there. You see like the angle where you're holding it, like it's changing right now. Like it's right now it's like 162, 165. Above it is gonna be like a distance. It's gonna tell you how many meters you are from the target. So that's gonna be very, very, very helpful for you. So look, now I get closer, right? So I'm closer right now. I have to be careful. If I do it too high, it's gonna be above it. If I do it too low, it's gonna not hit it. It's gonna hit the ground. So be mindful, like this, for example. Let's say the distance now. It's literally like 25 meters from here. Like here, it's like 50 meters. So take your time, especially if you're behind the tank. As I mentioned before, if you're not able to estimate the meters, like the distance, use both arrows. Look, perfect shot. You need practice. You can come to this practice anytime, and you can use it. See, as I mentioned now, because this is higher distance, so let me go even further. This you can shoot from way more distances. Look, I'm gonna shoot with the large cross sign, but again, if you're not sure, you can use both. Look, it hit it, direct hit. We'll do it again a few more times. I will show you what's gonna happen if you are too close. Look, here I consider myself too close. I don't think it's gonna explode from this distance. So, see? Oh, it did. Okay. Maybe I should be closer. Like here, for example. I don't think it's gonna explode here. If you are this close, it's not gonna explode. I don't think so. See? Look what happens. Basically, you wasted a shot. So let me do it again, so I can show you the minimal distance you have to have, or At least like you can have it visually, so you can see it yourself how far you have to be. Okay, so I think here is gonna explode, I think. Yeah. See how it hit? Look the distance. Like you can try to estimate it. Like from there here, I think it's like 50 meters. I think it's 50 meters. We'll switch to the other type of rounds. Again, the large cross. I'm 50 meters at most. I don't know what happened there. I think it's just a glitch from the game. Because, you know, it's still under development, even after 5 years, but whatever. I'm trying to tell you as much experience as I can, because I played this game over 1,000 hours. Actually, you know what? Let me show you something else. If you're really bad at estimation and you're new to the game and you want to learn how to use it very efficiently, I will show you something you can use. It's basically not for the RPG per se or for the heavy anti-tanks. It's for the TOW and the Conkers, but you can use this one either also. You can come here to the other side. If you notice here, everything is marked with distance. So let me tell you something. Here, you're 100 meters. See, you stand at this line and you look at the tank. This is 100 meters. So as I said before, if you wanna hit with 100 meters, you have to use the small cross. See, we put it here. On it right away. So you can come here and just look like how 100 meters look like. You see, like it's not too close, not too far. You still can do it. You need to practice anyway. Like, let me see the tandem. I don't think the tandem will be easy to hit from here, but we'll try. So I would raise it a little bit. Like if I'm in doubt, like right now, like me right now, I don't know, because especially it's destroyed, it's hard to tell. So I raise it a little bit, like on top of this. So I put the small cross or small crosshair or what you wanna call it on top. Like you see how it's like this right there. Close. I knew it's not gonna hit from here, but it's good estimation. And you can just come here and keep practicing on it. If you want my advice, if you're new to the game, do not play as Hat, because you're gonna be taking a very, 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 very important role from other teammates that know how to use it and played it. And let me tell you this, when you have a tank against you, you will need that Hat. So if you're new to the game, do not play Hat. Practice first, play something easier to play, like Grenadier or even Lat. Like, let me show you, the Lat is so easy to play. Basically the Lat, you don't need much estimation or anything. It's very straightforward. It has like 2 points, you just hit it. See, it's gonna hit the target. I will do another video for practicing on the Lats. But yeah, if you want to play Hat, you have to get better at it. So don't just waste the role if you're new to the game. Let's change here. One more thing. For the Russian army, there are 2 types of Lat. Basically, they have the same important type of ammo or type of explosives. It's like the tandem and the high explosive. But the other one, the first one, basically, let me show you, doesn't have an ACOG. so you're gonna need to use iron sight. It's not terrible, but this game, like where everyone almost everyone have a scope, is gonna be difficult for you. It's good for like shorter distance fights, but otherwise it's gonna be really bad. But what you get in return, you get two far distance fragmentation, which is amazing. It's like basically the same as the militia ones and the insurgents, and it has a scope. It's like even better, and it shoots very far distance. Let me show you. Let's shoot. See, I barely like raised the RPG a little bit vertically. Let me show you again. This one 300 meters, 2, 3, yeah. This should be like right. See, it came on it. So you see that as I mentioned, the grades like 3 means 300 meters. If you're not using tandem, if you're using tandem, you cannot shoot 300 meters. Whatever you do. Let me show you. Oh, maybe I have tandem here. Yeah. Whatever you do, you will like see. Let me show you. This is tandem, 300 meters. Very short, so you cannot use it for the tandem. Tandem have specific distance, and you cannot go beyond it, regardless. I don't think it goes more than 200 meters, no matter what you do. Like, let me see. It does, but it's very difficult to manage over 200 meters. Because to be honest with you, I've never shot a tank more than 200 meters with a tandem. I've done it with the high explosives, and you can see it on my videos. One of the videos I shot like, I think like it was like 600, 700 meters, and it hit it. But tandem, I think I would use double the distance. So if the distance is like 300, I would go with the 600. So let's see. Oh, even more, even a little bit more. So yeah, try not to use the tandem far distance because it's hard to manage. Even like for someone experienced, like as I mentioned, I have over 1,000 hours of gameplay on this game, but I still find it sometimes difficult to hit over 100 meters or 200 meters, even 200 meters. Like, I think this is gonna be 200. Yeah. So this is about the tandem and the differences between the two types of hats that the Russian have. One more thing, I think with this type, the one without ACOG, you get less number of magazines. You get only 4. So it's basically like you trade in the ACOG convenience and more magazines for 2 shots of fragmentation. Is it worth it? I don't think so, because as a hat, your main job is to deal with the tanks and vehicles, not with infantry. Of course, you're gonna need to fight infantry, but your main job is basically to fight off enemy armed vehicles. The tandem, like the hat, I think the hat by itself can really damage Bradley. I think the Bradley needs 2 high explosives and 1 tandem to be set on fire, and if you can shoot it with 2 tandems, 2 explosives, it will destroy it. The Abrams is different. The Abrams needs more. The Abrams, I think, needs 3 tandems, 3 explosives, or 4 explosives to destroy it. But yeah, you can basically deal with them, and they will hate you. I think that's it, guys, for the practice today. I will be doing more practice videos. I hope you like it. Please like and subscribe the channel. I really appreciate your support and help. Thank you so much for watching.